Right. We will see you on the other side of the trailer.
What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to July of 2026. It's the first day of July. It's also the first day of our new summer season. So I want to welcome all of you that are in the Zoom room. And somebody needs to mute because we had a little bit of a echo there. Um, and we always want to start a new season with a bang. And I've noticed that about half the time it's either our very final show of of an old season or a new show. Kristen Hoffman is when she's with us, and she is, of course, one of our favorite co-hosts. And she also plays music too. I don't know if you've ever heard her sing, but she's pretty good. She's pretty good. Anyway, it's great to have Kristen with us because tonight we are honoring educators, Kristen.
It's such a beautiful topic for tonight's show. After all, we need our educators so desperately. They are passing on wisdom, inspiration, knowledge, and to the next generations. And really, it is our educators who play such a key role in how the next generations grow up. And so
Absolutely.
we get to celebrate these beautiful beings tonight.
They really
And
are unsung heroes. They're truly
yes,
unsung heroes.
and I can say from growing up in a house, my mother was a passionate educator since I was born. And she's been on the other side of the veil for 14 years, but she really did leave a lineage. And it was an honor to get to watch her and see how much of a difference she made in so many children's lives who are now grown up. And still we hear from some of these kids who
Wow.
it's amazing. So
What age group did she teach?
well, she did a bunch of things. She taught everything from little ones to math to fifth graders. She was the head of a lower school. Then she became head of admissions, and then she started her own school, which is still in existence and thriving today, called Reach Prep. And you can actually look that up. So, blessings to my mama in heaven, Nancy Hoffman, as we
God bless
celebrate
you, Nancy
educators tonight.
Hoffman. Wow. And you've created the most beautiful song. I got a chance to listen to it before sound check. And after she was like halfway through, I said, "No, you got to finish it." Share with us a little bit about the history of this song. And it's such and I encourage everybody to really just drop in to these beautiful, beautiful words and the message of Kristen's opening song.
Oh, it's going to be an honor to share this. I think that I've only played this song one other time. I co-wrote this piece with David Karcher, who leads Sunrise Ranch out in Loveland, Colorado. And we were just talking, and he had written this beautiful poem, and we were having a deep conversation about writing a piece that was educators, adults, are basically my generation and older, passing on the torch. What are we passing to our children? How can we let them know that we are with them, and yet we're not going to try to control them with our ways? We are opening to receive the blessings of the knowledge that they carry into this life, and we are going to also step aside when it's their time to lead and say, yes, we support you. So this song came out of that deep discussion that we were having, and can't wait to share it with you. Here we go. So as I'm playing, why don't we both just use the music as a space to bow to the educators in our lives who have changed our lives. I'm sure we can each think of one or two people who literally changed our lives. And at the same time, feel yourself passing the torch. Feel yourself honoring the next generations. We bow to you. What do you need? How can we be of service to you? You're not alone. Okay? Here we go. We see your smile shining around the world. We see your tears when no one seems to care. Your prayers come through us all through the night. Your voice is carried on the wind, carried on the wind. We will not fail you. We will not fail you. You are our children. This planet is your home. We set you free to live. We feel your hearts cry out for a change. You are the hope, the voice of humankind. Your wisdom, I see our destiny, a future dream of stars that have aligned under peaceful skies. We will not fail you. We will not fail you. You are our children. This planet is your home, and we embrace you. Our faith is in you. As you stand proud and tall, feast tomorrow for us all. We set you free to live. Sing, sing, sing for the children. This is an anthem for way to live. Sing, sing, sing for the children. This is an anthem for the children of the world.
Oh, oh, Meyer. Isn't that just the most gorgeous song?
Oh,
Christian,
so,
you just
so
keep
grateful
blowing
to
us
share.
away.
Oh, and just another shout out to David Carshare, who co-wrote that. And really, he was the one who had the idea. He said, "Let's write this song," and so just sending him so much love and gratitude. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Well, we've got, of course, several wonderful educators that we're going to be spotlighting tonight. Um, and the first, actually, it's perfect because I met her through Kristen way back when we were first doing Saturday Night Live for the Global Peace Tribe. And some of my favorite moments ever of this show that we've been doing now for 6.5 years are Kristen singing and Casey dancing.
Oh.
I love those moments. Um, and but Keishi is also a wonderful teacher, and so we're honoring our teachers, our educators that are part of the Global Peace Tribe tonight. And Keishi, I'd love for you to share with Kristen and I a little bit about the wonderful work that you're doing with young people.
Yeah, I've been working with kindergarten through grade one kids and preschool kids, so age 3 to 7, since last October in schools, Title I schools, which means under-resourced schools in the Bronx and in Brooklyn, Queens, in East Harlem, and sharing creative movement, teaching kids how to embody nature, the ocean, the forests, the different animals, and embodying water, how it flows, how it freezes, how it mists, and and also playing with how to be a machine, how to work together to create robots and fantastical creatures and using their voice as well. So it's been really, really fun working with these kids who are still very much in their imagination, and I learned so much from them about love, about acceptance, about just going for it without second guessing. Yeah, so it's been a real gift. And this is through the 92nd Street Y or 92NY, and they're based in the Upper East Side in Manhattan. And it's a wonderful organization. They help school principals raise money and get grants to bring teaching artists to schools, because a lot of these schools, they don't really have access to art like the upper class or the middle class, and the creative movement classes are one of the few avenues that they can learn to express themselves and work with each other using their bodies.
So wonderful when you talk about teaching them about water, how do you do that through dance?
Yeah, well, a large part of embodying water as a teacher makes me think of the Tao Te Ching, that water flows to the lowest areas. It's very much about humility. It's also about being soft and surrendering and flowing instead of pushing and being aggressive. So it's also about noticing and collaborating, and water, even though it's soft, can carve through canyons and stone. So it's very, very powerful, and we are 60% made up of water, and it's harnessing what is already flowing within us. So if you want, I could lead us on a short water meditation right
I
now.
love that idea.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe Kristen, would you be open to playing free flow or something, making up something on the spot?
I would be more than honored. I hope it doesn't cancel out what you're speaking, but we'll see.
Right.
If it does, I'll
If
try
it
to
does, if you see me do this, it means it's not working.
wait, say give me the signal again.
Lower.
Oh,
This
that's
is
the
good.
signal. Okay. Sometimes if I keep something very mellow, it can work. So I will just create some mellow. I think I actually have a little backing track with some water and birds. So
You
let's
do.
just
That's amazing.
let's start
Can you
there.
hear
and
the two of us?
Let's see what happens if I play this. Tell me if you can. Let's start here, and Keishi, you can begin, and we'll see.
I'll also start speaking. Can you still hear Kristen?
Yeah, I hear her music and I hear you speaking. So far, so good.
Fantastic. Do I have to speak with my teacher voice or in order for you to hear me?
You're fine. You're good.
Okay, good. All right, everyone, let's sit comfortably, feeling your sits bones on your chair. The crown of your head is floating up to the sky. As you inhale, feel the connection from your seat to the crown of your head. Deep breath in and exhale out. Inhale, your heart opens. And exhale, your shoulders melt down. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, hip softens. Inhale, back awakens. Exhale, feet round down. Now imagine a water drop falling from the sky, entering the crown of your head, falling through your neck, rib cage, pelvis, splashing on the floor. This is your center line, connecting you from the earth to the sky. Deep breath in and exhale out. Now imagine a shower. Trickling water over your head, droplets streaming down your face, washing over your chest, and your shoulders, pulling around your hips. This water starts to move around your feet. As you inhale, the water moves up through your feet, into your body, through your bloodstream, carrying with it nutrients, oxygen, washing away what no longer serves you, bringing with it wisdom, purity, freedom, ease. Now the water bursts through your heart, out into your space, and the water is starting to fill your room. Moving up past your hips, up to your shoulders, until you're floating. Letting your arms move, letting your spine move. Imagine you're in the ocean, moving like kelp, like seaweed. Letting your breath flow easily, breathing deep into your belly. Letting the gentle waves of the ocean move your spine from side to side. Surrendering and letting go. Letting the waves dissolve tension in your jaw, your shoulders. Inviting more ease, more possibility in. Perhaps your arms are now floating up. The arms are overhead, moving like seaweed. Arms circling, body circling. Letting your chin come closer, rolling around, finding mobility in your jaw and your shoulders, continuing to breathe, and changing direction. Noticing your hands moving through space. Witnessing the spontaneous dance of your hands flowing through space. Notice the shapes your hands can create, maybe figure eights, maybe waves. Perhaps one hand follows the other. Perhaps you have energy between your hands. You're playing with how big and small this energy can be. Perhaps when you inhale, the energy grows bigger, and when you exhale, it gets smaller. Perhaps this energy is an extension of your heart. And as you inhale, your heart grows and expands in size. And as you exhale, you tune inside. Inhale, tune outside, and exhale. Growing high and low, moving through the diagonal, playing with leaning, playing with dynamics of speed. Perhaps you lean into stillness. And you increase your speed, adding the element of surprise. And like water, you're going to settle. So if you ever watch water in a glass, and you move it to one side, it settles. Nice and easy. It always stays relaxed. So when life throws lemons at you, how can you move like water and ease into the new position? How can you make lemonade out of lemons when life throws them at you? Keep your breath flowing and bringing in the wisdom of water into our mind, into our hearts. Remembering that 60% of us is water, and the wisdom of water is always within. Slowly bring the hands down. Connecting to your breath. Connecting to your body. Connecting to the wisdom within and the great teacher that water is.
Let's go to gallery view and send Keishi and Kristen some twinkles and appreciation. What a beautiful, spontaneous experience. That was just lovely, Keishi.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Kristen. That was amazing.
Oh, I'm so excited by everything. I mean, Katie always has a way of embodying everything with so much care and love. And whether she's embodying like a tree sloth or water, she does it with, she just gets my imagination and gets me feeling it. So thank you. Thank you, Katie.
Yeah,
It's always
that
an
was
honor to be on the journey of whatever you're bringing us into.
beautiful.
Water is so special.
And for people, if you want to learn more about Keishi and all that she offers, her website is her name, Keishi Chai, Kaeshi, Chai, Chai. And it's just Keishi.com, Keishi.com. And I always love this picture of you with the headdress made out of recycled plastic bottles.
Yeah.
And of course, Keishi's
Oh,
done,
yes.
she's been part of our environmental shows in the past. There's so many different things that Keishi's
Amazing.
done over the years, her ocean stories and all the amazing work that you've done over the years. It's always fun highlighting you, Keishi. And I am grateful that Lori and I are going to be seeing you in person in the next couple of days. So looking forward to that.
Oh, thank you, Scott. Yeah, I was actually just at the Monterey Bay Aquarium yesterday, and I'll be leading some embodiment workshops there next year.
Wonderful. I love the
Great.
money. I love that aquarium. Wow. Well, thank you for getting us off to a wonderful, wonderful start, Keishi. And stick
Thank you,
around
Scott.
because we'll have a roundtable Q&A towards the end of the show.
Mhm.
Thank you, Casey. Love you so much. Thank you.
So, Kristen, we're going to chat with Lori in a moment, but I do want to read
Perfect.
some of the comments that have come in from our audience.
Oh.
The first comments are, of course, a response to what Keishi and Kristen just offered. Piper writes, stunning, stunning, stunning. Scotty Satori writes, move like water, as Bruce Lee said. Eleanor Joy said that was also stunning. Susan, excellent. Driard says, exquisite. Carol Craig points out that she used Mr. Emoto's water molecular examples to show how different attitudes affect our bodies. Um, uh, and Eleanor Joy points out Viktor Frankl, Nelson Mandela, and life itself as her educators that have made an impression on her. And now, kind of moving into, I had asked about educators that made an impression on you. And I started off with my wonderful drama teacher, Mr. Raleigh, who got me started. Tarina Joy writes, my favorite inspirational teacher was and still is Helen Keller, and modern spiritual teacher, Marianne Williamson. Carol Craig writes, Carol Slavins. She really got me and allowed me to be me. And Susan Bloomquist talks about how she was a homeschool educator. Scotty Satori writes, I was fortunate to be able to homeschool my daughter for a few years. Every day was a field trip. So thank you for some of the comments, and we'll read more of the comments as time goes by. Now, talking about educators, Lori, I've known for 45 years, and she's always teaching somebody something.
That's true.
She actually introduced me to Marshall Rosenberg and nonviolent communication, which of course has become how I've made my living for the last 25 years. She's who introduced me to Marshall and NVC. You had your own homeschool for your son and some of his friends.
Yeah, about 8 of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Wow.
more recently, you're teaching all about anti-aging.
hmm hmm
So
Or longevity medicine. That could be another way to look at it.
where
Mhm.
did your impulse to share knowledge to teach begin?
Well, I actually think as a little girl,
Yeah.
and I remember presenting to my parents a whole thing on Japanese poetry and haiku.
How old were
I
you?
was only 11 or
11.
12 or something. And I loved presenting, but and when I got involved much later in compassion communication, and I studied 4 other types of communication beforehand, I really felt that this was the best
Mhm.
and the easiest to pick up. And I'm going to be doing another compassion communication course in person at the end of July.
Wonderful,
Mhm.
wonderful. Will that be at Sunrise Center?
It could be, and then allowing people to come over and enjoy my property afterwards, like the beautiful garden and hot tub, and just as an extra way to socialize and have fun.
Beautiful.
hmm
And so for our audience, what's one tool of compassionate communication you'd like to share?
Well, first of all, let's look at the overall intent of compassionate communication,
Mhm.
which is to be able to talk in a way that other people can hear you and be able to ask them questions in ways that they can answer you and you can hear them,
Mhm.
and that was something that Marshall excelled in.
Yeah.
And he went around the world where people had actually created genocide and killed each other's children, and he had brought them to a place of reconciliation. So when I discovered that, I felt inspired. I said, my problems are not as intense as this. I want to learn this, and I did. And so, in terms of a tool, there are many tools, but um, it was based on the work of Carl Rogers, which is what are our universal needs? And if or desires or longings or preferences, any of the above. And if I can share my own longings and then really listen to your own longings, we can possibly find a way to meet. That's just one. And so that's one of the things I look at. And when I train and work with people, to be able to identify these things.
Mhm.
And I mean, there are many things. There's how to share an observation in a way that somebody else can hear it,
Mhm.
and how to share it separate from judgments, how to differentiate between thoughts and emotions. And a lot of people mix up thoughts and emotions, which makes it harder because, for example, if I said something like, I feel you're really very unprofessional, is that a thought or an emotion?
It's a judgment.
Yeah, it's a judgment and it's a thought. But if I say I'm feeling really uncomfortable and I'm noticing that you're slipping outside the door when you're supposed to be doing things with me right here, right now, as we both agreed earlier, that would be an example
Of an
of
observation.
an observation that someone might find easier to hear. Because if I say, you're being very unprofessional, that is a judgment. It's much harder to hear, and it evokes defensiveness in people.
Beautiful.
So those are a few things. And then, are you wanting me to scroll on to anti-aging?
Yeah. Let's talk about longevity medicine. And one thing about Lori is that she's been studying.
Mhm.
She goes to all the conferences, and then she brings back what she's learned, synthesizes it in her classes. And
In a
I
way that's easy to understand.
definitely, in a way, yeah, synthesizing an entire 4-day conference and highlights. So, and of course, most of my audience is 50, 60 plus. So we all are interested in longevity and anti-aging. What would you like to share?
And also, I would like to say many of us are interested in having bright, alert brains
Yes.
for a long time to come. And in order for that to come, we want to be in a low inflammatory style in our brains. Now, what does that mean? That means reducing our intake of carbohydrates and sugars and simple sugars because they help stimulate inflammation in our brains. And it's so important, and it's in every ways. And as we get older, our pancreas tends to be less and less efficient, and we become insensitive to our own insulin secreted by our pancreas, and that can help us gain weight
Mm-hmm.
and can also even help stimulate cancers and many different things. So I'm fascinated by lifestyle medicine, and I co-teach with a man named Rob
Mayfield.
Mayfield, and that'll be starting again in August.
Great.
But there are three things that I'm doing this time, this July, that I want to say.
Go ahead.
Okay. So one of them is a presentation by a woman named Sally Cox, who's coming to stay with us again on bonobos, which is a pygmy chimpanzee that behaves very differently than Jane Goodall's chimpanzees. And these pygmy chimpanzees are matriarchal. Interesting. And always adopt abandoned children and don't initiate wars on other tribes of other tribes of chimpanzees. And it's just very interesting that being that they have exactly the same genetics up to a certain point that we have, what is the potential of us being more like bonobos?
Mm-hmm.
It's just an interesting one. And then another one I'm doing my compassionate communication, as I said to you before. And then another thing is I'm very concerned about our elections being manipulated, which can happen. And so I'm going to show the movie Kill Chain, which is about how vulnerable our electronic voting machines are that count many of our ballots to manipulation from the internet or even from something like Starlink. And I have a lot of data on that, but it's a touchy subject. And I'm going to be committed to looking at election integrity until past our election, because I really want to see our country, that the people who really voted are the ones that are creating the candidates, not manipulation of votes. So those things, that's what's coming up.
What a diversity of
oh,
teaching.
there's a-
Compassionate communication, anti-aging, longevity, and election integrity.
And one other that I forgot to mention,
Renaissance
the
woman.
state of the ocean, the ocean, the state of the ocean with climate change and overfishing, and then what can we do to help the situation? I was just reading today about thousands and thousands of seabirds dying because they can't find enough food as our oceans heat up. And the cold water is what was really rich in small fish and krill. And so Michael Bailey
who's
gonna be
watching. I know
presenting.
Michael's in the Zoom room
Oh,
somewhere.
great. And he's also going to be presenting on the influence of plastics and plastic nets on our oceans. And
There he is.
what can we do? Who can we support to make a difference? So that's going to happen in August.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lori, for all the different ways that you're educating. And I know that you were eager to see Piper Dillon. She's going to be on next.
Yay.
I'm going to learn all about the great work that Piper is doing. But it's time. I mean, we don't usually go this long without Omashar, but our beloved Omashar is here. So to kind of integrate what we've already heard, here's Omashar, and then we've got a wonderful segment scheduled where we're really going to drop in and see the great work that Piper Dellums is doing. But take it away, Brother Omashar.
Woohoo, Omashar!
Who is it for? How do you feel? Another dawn, another day. Innocent child coming your way. I've been wondering about my life. Oh yeah. Wondering about my state of mind. But then I heard, who is it for? If not for yourself, how do you feel? And why do you cry, 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 cry? Shooby-doo-up. Whoa! The sun is warming up my mind. Ocean breeze blows me away, and yet still I've been wondering about my life. Oh yeah, wondering who will take my place. But then I heard, who is it for? If not for yourself, how do you feel? And why do you cry, 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 cry? Who is it for? If not for yourself, how do you feel? And why do you cry, 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 cry? Cause who is it for? If not for yourself, how do you feel? So come on, let's fly. Come on, let's fly.
Thank you, beloved Omashar. There come the bursts of love. And thank you, everybody, for moving and grooving and dancing to that beautiful music. Thank you.
I love the burst of love. And Keishi, I just loved that meditation. Holy smoke, it took me really into the depths of my watery self. Thank you.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you. Um, Well, I'm going to bring up my co-host Kristen, and we kind of the centerpiece of tonight's show, and really what was originally the inspiration for it, was when Kristen and I discovered the amazing work that Piper Dellums is doing. Now, we all know Piper, we love her. She's been on the show many times with her films and her video, but she's at a whole nother level of service. Um, and Piper. First of all, thank you for your incredible work volunteering to support these young people. And
Thank you. Thank you. And
uh,
thank you for having my students on not so long ago. I call them my children at this point. Thank you, Scott.
can you describe a little bit about the conditions? It is important for our audience to
Absolutely.
understand.
Let me give you, look at this, Kashi. I took a shower, my hair was wet. Then you had me do a water meditation and like I'm soaking wet, but it feels really great. It looks horrible. I feel amazing.
Don't worry,
Um,
Piper, you're not alone because I look like I just jumped out of the shower too.
Well,
Because
I
I'm
had it
about
like I had it
96
tied
in.
up so it wouldn't be wet, and then
Don't worry.
she had me so free, and I'm like, oh.
We're just
First of all,
flowing with the water. I love you.
the woman sitting next to Scott, I am madly in love with.
My
I did not get her first name, but
This is Lori Grace.
Lori. Oh my God, Lori, I love you. I love you. I want to run around listening to everything you do while Kashi meditates and Kristen is like just on my shoulder. Everyone needs a Kristen on their shoulder. If you could walk through life with Kristen being your soundtrack, everything would be amazing.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
just love you. So, this really started, it wasn't something that I was stepping into, to this degree, but just to give you a little foundation, and we know a lot with neurological science and cultural and diverse learning. And we know that neuroscientists and neurosurgeons and psychologists have for decades been exploring the two archetypes that are in our society, the individualist and the collectivism. Now, the collectivism archetype usually represents cultures that are oral traditionally founded upon, where music and poetry and oral story and dance and drumming and all aspects of community and collectivism and um, um, uh, tribal connection is what moves that brain functioning along. So for neurons and dendrites and all aspects of the brain, that has to be the foundational aspect for a collectivist group. And what the reality is, that little guard dog in our brain, that amygdala, it'll go on a hijack if you have any sense in a society, privately, quietly, or otherwise, that there is something that you need to protect yourself from. So what they have found is that the brain of children of color, of immigrant children, of LGBTQ children, and children who are speaking English as a second language are entering the world 24/7 with an amygdala hijack, meaning their body is pumping cortisol almost at all times. What people don't recognize about that cortisol drip is that it actually stops dependent learning for up to 3 hours. So if you are constantly in fight or flight, which is the quiet language that we walk through the world in all the time. So they have found that those students are not doing maybe 50% not functioning academically, emotionally, or socially at the same pace as other children, but also that's by design. That's how the testing and our education systems are set up. So I stepped into a school, and I stepped into this school because I recognized somewhere along the way after COVID that many of our children today are carrying burdens that are much heavier than backpacks, right? They're carrying grief, and trauma and poverty and homelessness and anxiety and responsibilities to take care of their siblings or a sick parent. I see that I froze. Um, and they have parents that are in prison, parents that are on drugs, parents that are in gangs. They live in cars, a lot of suicides, poverty. There's a lot in this very particular community. A small school was built. There's almost no resource. The schools are, classrooms are overcrowded. And in my classrooms now, I created a course called Integrative Arts. 40% of my students are illiterate, although they've already made it to the 8th grade. They could not differentiate an S from a W. This is because we had this law in place, No Child Left Behind, that of course was supposed to be implemented because the testing system was established for dominant culture, but not for other cultures. So it was a different language, different experience, different things to pull from. So there was no chance. What has occurred instead is that children are being matriculated despite the fact that they can't read or write or read a clock. And they have this silent voice that has been telling them from the outside to the inside that they have no value. They're worthless. So we have a school to prison pipeline. It's either school to prison or school to grave or school to drugs and crime. My students, 135, it's now about 220. Hold a moment. My students are 6th, 7th, and 8th grade all together. From the extreme of nonverbal autism to brilliant STEM. Inarticulate, not speaking English, a lot of Afghani refugees, a lot of Middle Eastern refugees, a lot of Latinx students who are desperately terrified that more of their family, including themselves, will be deported. We had 2 suicides last year of 7th graders. So without bringing down the story, this school doesn't have a cafeteria, doesn't have a gym. It doesn't have an inside building. There are these little structures that were put on this property in a circle. There's no library. There are only computers for one of the rooms. And each teacher gets $200 for the entire year for all of their students. So I ended up, I was a substitute teacher and it was sort of supposed to be temporary. And it's so intense and so emotional and so painful that the first teacher that was in the art room just walked out on the kids, quit, left. They called in another art teacher. Within 3 months, she left. The principal was so desperate because our children they are used to people leaving. They're used to life leaving, their homes leaving, their foundation leaving, their fathers leaving, food leaving. So leaving becomes a conversation of their existence. And with that, there is a giant wall that's built that says, I do not trust, I won't let you in. I have no value, but I'm going to show you that you cannot penetrate this. So I stepped into 135 students that were either shut down, in a rage. They were waiting for me to leave as well. And I said, I'm not going to teach just art because these are students of collectivism. So I designed a 170-page curriculum of the integrative arts. And that means that they learned everything from improvisational theater to puppet theater to monologue, stage, scene, to storyboarding, to writing their own books, to illustrating their own books, to clay and charcoal, realism, sketch, oil, acrylic, pottery, existentialism, and absurdism. And these were kids that cannot read a clock and didn't know an A from a W. And I was able to teach children to read, to teach children to write their own books, to have children articulate the depth of their soul and their emotions and their spirit in their own language in their own way, because that's what was that was the most important aspect. I also told them that when you enter my class, everyone has an A. Everyone has an A, because I cannot possibly utilize a grading system that is catering to a testing process. I want to know, did you care? Did you try? Did you have passion? Are you in the center of it? Do you respect the environment? Is this our sanctuary? Can everyone trust you? Can you be yourself? Can you be human? Are you curious? Because all I care about with these young people is that they have an allowance to become human again. That, you know, their curiosity can be protected, their voices can be protected, their physical bodies can be protected, where they can feel safe, where they can take off all of those burdens. So yes, I had to dig into my own bag to make sure they had lunch, to make sure they had breakfast, to make sure they had paint, that they had paintbrushes, that they had paper, that they had clay, that they had everything. The school only, when I stepped in as the third teacher for 75% of the year, the students only were given crayons. Now, this is seventh, eighth, and ninth grade. Remember, there are no sports teams. There's no after school activities. There's no library. When it's raining at this school and cold, we're outside huddled under whatever the area where the doors are, and maybe 3 or 4 umbrellas. The children predominantly come to school and they feast on Monster drinks, this energy poison, and these blue things called Takis by the giant bag. That is breakfast and lunch for, I mean, it's a, there's not a dialogue about the human body, about fresh fruits, about, and they just toss their trash everywhere. None of these lessons have been taught. So I stepped into the center of that to bring healthy food and healthy supplies. They were only given pencils, crayons, and the white paper that you would put through a Xerox machine. And that's it. That was the predominance of art. So I had them improv stories, teaching them games and movement and noise. Use your voice, use your body, use it all, your creativity, use your mind. We'll tell stories this way. We're going to make it an oral thing. And the artist students, I got them all sketchbooks, and I said, sketch what you're seeing. You're going to storyboard it. And this person with a big imagination carry the story, until they were able to write their own stories. And that was done through a self-exploration, where I would sit with them eye to eye, all of us, and switch. Look into my eyes for 10 minutes. Do not look away. Tell me what you see beyond what you see on the physical. When you look into the depth of me, what do you see? And they were recognizing, I see sadness, I see beauty, they were seeing things inside of each other that they never saw before, because they were so busy seeing disability, race, poverty, and they saw all of this, and that became a foundation for self-portrait. The self-portrait was not about what you're doing on the outside, but about who you are when you stepped into this school, who you want to become, your vision for yourself, how you think other people see you, how you see yourself, what you feel, what you hate, what you love, what you want to let go of. And that has to be built into every kind of possible artistic structure. So we wrote books, and then they illustrated their books. And then we molded clay into the antagonist and protagonist of the story. Then charcoal was for the subtext. What is the character not saying? It was gorgeous and beautiful. So in the beginning, I wanted to show them not only that I knew they could, but that they are a permanent imprint of brilliance at all times, because AI has become the way that they feel is the only avenue of reaction, response, and plagiarism, and all of the rest. And I said to them, your genius is as unique as your handprint. No one's going to tell a story through the same veil or experience or eyes or heart. So that's sort of what happened, and that was the distinction. And I did it all the way to the end, and my heart is a little broken for some of the kids that I brought. A lot of kids are being deported. I shows up on the campus pretending to be parents. We have a lot of issues, but we have so much love. And what I want to do is I want the kids to have their own art supplies. I want them to step into a room where they can create and find their voice and learn to read and write and be and center into what's going on inside of them through molding and painting and cutting and planting. I want them to know that the burden of not having or the burden of not being what the world says they are not has nothing to do with their artistic integrity. Their artistic integrity, which is how God blew them into the earth. Curious, perfect, beautiful. And it can only be shown through art. So I made a little film about their first art, their first books, their first everything, rock gardens and everything, because they didn't believe they could do it. And I wanted to show them, you know, not only can you do it, but I'm so proud of you. So I set up all these exhibitions so that their books would be read. And now I'm publishing a couple of the books for the children, their own stories, so money can come in to help their parents with food and other things. And then Scott fell in love with them and said, "Can you come back?" So that was it.
You know, so people are already asking, how do I donate? So we're going to jump ahead for a moment, and then I'm going to show the film where we can see some of these kids in action.
Oh, can we
But-
show it?
And I
Well,
also just want to say Piper has been showing up during the summer days because these kids have
every day.
nowhere to go. And she's been going every day.
And I'm in school. I'm an
And she's
old
in
lady
school.
getting a second master's, so I've had 1 hour's sleep in 29 hours.
So
Yeah,
Piper
just
has
in here.
created this summer program and you're calling it Roar, yes?
Roar. Yes.
Roar. Roar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the yes, you know, it's finding there's the you know living in South Africa, living in Africa for me, the majesty of the lion, you know, of all of it, and even the Lion King, you know, from Nala to Mufasa, there are these beautiful stories. But the roar, finding the voice. Oh, I started creating these little things for them. Roar believes in me. I'm gonna make t-shirts and sweatshirts, and I want to make sure that they have you know, I mean, I actually have had students that have come and they were taken out of their homes from, you know, sexual trauma, or physical trauma, going from place to place. And this one little girl who I love so much, but I won't say a name, and she comes to me and she says, Teacher Piper, when I ran away, I only have this one pair of shorts and this jeans and a sweater, and it's cold. And do you think maybe I can borrow like a sweater just while I wash this one? And you know me, I'm like, or we can make you a wardrobe. So this is part of art. Then you go and you buy bulk t-shirts and bulk things and let them tie-dye them and hand paint them and create, you know, so they don't feel as if they're taking. I mean, it's like, no, create your own. Everything's there for you. You know, I'll hold your hand and show you how. And now this summer, I want to also plant a garden for them. I don't think they've ever had fresh vegetables or, you know, really stop to smell the flowers. And we take all of this for granted. So, yeah.
So what we're gonna do, Piper, is I just want to show people the GoFundMe, and then we're gonna play your
God did that.
your 24-minute video. But I have started a GoFundMe yesterday for her. So
Those are my babies there, but I turned them into little painting.
and you can learn all about it. I've put the link into the chat box. Now, for all of our friends watching the recording or watching on Facebook or YouTube, if you go to GoFundMe, go into the search bar and just write Piper Dellums, and it'll come up. And the title is Help Piper Dellums Support Young Emerging Creative Dreamers. And I love that that's how you put it. So please, everybody, as you're watching this film, we're going to see some of her kids in action, some of the work that they do, and there they are.
We
I wanna-
pretended to take them to a water park because they've never been to an amusement park. So we just brought a water slide and put it on the grass. And when I tell you it was 60 kids, they thought they were at Disneyland, but just
Oh.
It was so beautiful. Just with the
Oh,
water hose and the thingy, but they spent the whole day as I mean, they couldn't believe it. So I will show you that one day too. Go ahead.
Okay. All
that's
right. So
amazing. Here we
so
go with the.
here's the video.
This is our story, not just of an art class, but of courage. My hope was simple, to give my students the courage to dream, the courage to hope, and the courage to believe in the quiet truth of who they are. In room 7, we opened a path to love, to voice, to confidence. Through paint and charcoal, through clay and story, through laughter and struggle, they began to see themselves differently. Not as they had been told, but as they are. Brilliant, original, unrepeatable. And in that becoming, something beautiful was created. This is that moment. This is their voice. And this is our story.
Going back in time to free the slaves. And the reason why I made that story is because after learning about all the
art has always been my thing. It's really fun, and I can already tell that it's a great way to get in contact with others or comfort them whenever they're suffering for something. And it can also help when you're feeling in a certain way. And art has always helped me. Art has always helped me whenever I was upset. I had suffered from ASD, which stands for Autism Spectrum Disorder.
Is because I can express myself and my emotions through paper or acting. Also, I like art because I can show how, and I can show what other people are going through and what I'm going through.
What I love about art is it has a lot of creativity and you can create so many things. And my favorite thing to do is create clay or draw or create stories because I really like making notes to people for their birthdays or when they're feeling.
For example, so many artists have made self-portraits to show them how they feel about themselves, who they are, and art is just a way to express yourself.
You get to have fun, and sometimes you have some cool parties, free Fridays, and you can just express who you are.
What I love doing about art is I just like to do the art, and I just like to see how it turns out, the after results.
What I like about art is the fact that you can really,
when I could what? Oh, when I look in the mirror, I don't just see skin. I see history.
I see a masterpiece. I see a richness that has been spoken down on for centuries.
Yeah, it still it only goes brighter.
People try to summarize my existence with words like struggle or trauma.
But they miss the magic. They miss the resilience. I am not just a descendant of survivors. I am the embodiment of closer though.
Oh.
I am the embodiment
Of a lineage that never broke. I am unapologetically black.
We are unapologetically black.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, Piper. It's all so much beauty, so much depth. Oh. And just the amount of art too. I love how you you tell a story by tracing us through. The art tells the story. You shot it in a way where the art tells the story, and interspersed with these beautiful shares from the kids. It just opens our hearts. And
Rock
wow. Oh, the rock garden.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you see?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's massive. Oh, yeah. Beautiful rock.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to read some of the comments from our audience. There's comments and there's questions also. Um, uh, George Noble is asking, Piper, do you want other artist teachers to help you with this, to cooperate with you?
Do you live in Sacramento, George?
George lives in Santa Rosa, so he's probably about an hour and 15 minutes away from Sacramento. Um, Bonnie Russell writes, breathtaking. Eleanor Joy says, humor is universal. What joy when they share a bit of their story. Um, DR points out, I hear the word apostles in the unapologetic. And DR also loved the music you chose. I agree. Beautiful music.
Yeah.
The kids are so sweet. Karen S. writes, this is so beautiful. Susan Bloomquist writes, and Piper's art shows them how to tell their story. Eleanor Joy writes, every second of this video is worth its weight in gold. Jane Young writes, what a gift you are to them, Piper. Such wonderful work. And Joy writes also, we are beings of love, and you have helped these beautiful beings to know and share that love. Gosh, words just fail me. You've helped to open our hearts as well, Piper. Astonishing how you were able to plug into their hidden joy, is what Lorna Sass writes. Beautiful film, Piper, beautiful souls, beautiful art. Bonnie writes, wow, how talented these students are. Reverend Jeffrey says this is so inspirational. Susan Woolridge, this felt wonderful to donate, dear Piper. That's an important one because it is important for us to really donate.
You
to
realize they had never done any art before? Do you notice it was just pencils and paper?
I mean, some of the animal drawings, some of the
Are
horses.
amazing.
Oh, when I taught them realism, you have to teach with the cross, and have
I noticed
center.
that the
Yeah,
cross.
yeah. And then I told them, erase it. Like we only had four, I had already run out and we only had four rulers, 135 kids, four rulers. So in each class, I would be like, hey, I've only can find two of the rulers. And the kids were like, oh, there's another one here and here. So they would have to take turns. Everyone would we'd have the ruler table and, and then finally I got an electric pencil sharpener, But the girls in the end, they were being silly, but you didn't hear really what had happened, but they wrote one of the most beautiful monologue plays for African American Recognition Literature Day or something that I made up. we have all these days. I'm like, yes, today is Afghani Literature Day. And everyone's like, really? I'm like, yes. And today it is Filipino Poetry Day. And yeah, I mean, I have the whole United Nations in my class, and half the students don't speak English. But to me, this is brilliant because I'm like, oh my gosh, speak to me in your beautiful language, write in your language, write poems and do it all in your language. Translating's easy. Now that's what you use AI for, but don't stifle your ability to create and write and be because you're being forced, you're newly here. This enough is brilliant. We're from American don't speak English. So I am the fact that you're learning all these languages. But did you notice like my students from Afghanistan and Iran and Turkey and Pakistan and I mean, it's like one of the reasons I was like I couldn't stop crying because there's I mean three of the kids on there are not here anymore. So I was like, well, there's an it,
So Piper, I mean, I just want to go a step further. When you say they're not here anymore, what does that mean?
Um, Two were deported, taken, and you know the story, Scott. You know, one, my seventh grade. You know. There's a lot of teens. There's a lot of suicide amongst kids. You know, there's a lot, and I don't think people realize how much. You know, and my beautiful girl. Sorry. You know, my beautiful girl at the beginning who said, in the purple, she said, I wrote this story for kids. She wrote that story, and I probably wasn't supposed to say that. She wrote that story, having at home. She wasn't in school. She had gone through so much neglect and abuse, and finally CPS had gone in and taken her out of this violent home where she was going through so much trauma, and she was in a placement. And we thought she wasn't returning to school. And here she returns with the most beautiful book I have ever seen. She just spent all of her time, and the book is called The Journey of an Ant, or The Life of an Ant. And she's the ant in the story. But the beautiful thing is she perseveres. Like, she doesn't say she's the ant, but when you know her story and you're reading it, so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. So and then did you see the little book called Paranoia?
Yeah.
You saw it. I was trying to pass through. Yeah, I mean, some of the kids, they're
And
just
the Star book looked
they're
amazing.
writing about their anxiety. Yeah, the Star book was amazing.
Yeah.
And then you saw the little clay of the little shoes.
Yes, yes.
That was a girl talking about the school shooting and how the only way that the reason that her family member didn't get out, her little sister, was because she was wearing those light up shoes that she had begged her mom for, that like they had waited and saved up for. And she was like, those light up shoes that she wanted so badly was how she couldn't get away with the light up shoes. So it's so beautiful. I don't know what's going on with me right now. I'm so sorry. So she wrote this beautiful book about it, and you saw, and then she had the shoes inside of in a clay in a box, those little shoes. And it was so sweet. And one girl kept writing to her big brother. You saw all of the writings to my beautiful big brother. We have our kids, if they're not, we had one group of visitors show up for our 11th and 12th graders, one to promote what's going on in the future. No one for college, nothing. No one showed up, like at all schools. Do you want to be a nurse? Do you want to be a third? Only the Army. That's it. Oh, not even the Navy, Air Force, only the Army. And almost all of our kids who graduated joined the military.
I want to come in for a moment, and again, I want to show Piper. One of the girls wrote a book. Her name is Lexi, and I have pulled up to show this. So Piper then
I re-illustrated it.
Yeah, Piper re-illustrated it. So there's the author Lexi, and they're not all in the exact order, but it was about, the book was called The Littlest Star. And
that's the first page.
Yeah, in the oldest part of the sky where the silence feels endless, there lived a very small star named Luma. She was so small that sometimes even she forgot that she was there. So she dimmed herself. If I don't shine, she thought, no one will notice how small I am. And that honest, gentle glow.
That's the last page. Keep going.
Yeah,
no, I know it. No, move to the next one. I'm going to get you there. It's so short. Keep going. Next one. Yep. Oh, no, next one right there.
Right there?
Uh-huh. Oh, no, move one further forward.
Back here?
No, yep. No, the child says the same thing. Go ahead.
I don't think I matter, the child whispered into the quiet. The words rose slowly, carrying all that loneliness with them. One night,
It was this one. That was the one before that one. It's fun.
one night far below, a child lay awake in the dark. The world felt heavy, the room felt big, the child felt very small. Aha, I don't think I matter, the child whispered into the quiet. The words rose slowly, carrying all that loneliness with them. Then Luna heard the whisper. It sounded like her own thoughts, small, unseen, unimportant. For the first time, she understood her light was not meant to compete, it was meant to answer.
And then there's one more page. Keep going.
Is it here?
Mhm.
And in that honest, gentle glow, the child looked up, I'm getting tears, and felt less alone. Luma learned something the great stars already knew. The dark is vast, but even the smallest light can say, I see you.
Oh, so beautiful.
She wrote that at 11 years old. 12, now she's
Wow.
12. And yeah, I can talk about Lexi because she's my whole heart. And they've just been in hiding. But she was on Scott's show, and her parents were dreamers. Her parents actually came here when they were 1 and 2 years old.
Wow.
They are in their mid-30s, early 40s, great jobs, pay their taxes, beautiful kids, fighting hard, and they're being deported. And you know, and it's just really terrible, you know. It's really horrible.
Well, what's not horrible is that our Global Peace Tribers are beginning to donate, and I want to thank Dia
Thank you
Therese.
so much. We are going to do so much work, and I will film every step of it along the way with a gentleman who just said he's
Yes,
coming to my
yes.
school, who lives an hour and a half away. So I'm going to be picking him up. Who am I picking up?
George.
George Noble.
Oh,
Sure.
George Noble. I need your address.
I want to read just the names of the people who've donated. Dia Therese, Lorna Sass, Diara, Bonnie Russell, Jeffrey Colebrook, um, uh, Susan Woolridge, Omashar, beloved Kristen, and myself have all donated so far. And please do keep those donations coming in, everybody. Thank you so very, very much.
They made a little video for Scott and Kristen, like 4 of them, because they were so scared on the other ones. But did you see it?
I didn't see it.
They said, "Hello, Scott and Kristen."
What?
It was.
I missed that. I missed that one.
Oh, they sent it to you yesterday. It's like 3 seconds long. It was for here because I told them. I said, "Can I tell you something?" I didn't know was I supposed to say anything.
So sweet.
And I said, "Can I tell you something?" This, my dear friends are doing this for you, and they were like, "What?" And they got so shy, and they said, "Can we say thank you?" And I said, "You absolutely can." And so they made a thank you for you. Mhm.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, here.
Okay.
See it.
Hi, Scott and Kristen.
Wait.
We are Miss
Wait.
Piper's students.
All right, I'm frozen on it. Oh, there.
You were frozen, but we could hear.
Hi, Scott and Kristen. We are Miss Piper's students, and we are asking for help for art supplies because we are truly, like, really, really needed. Because the school only gave us paper, crayons, pencil, and like school, like normal school supplies, and Miss Piper had to buy everything. And she wants us to make sure we can do an art garden, have all the art and show like out because at the school we do a whole bunch of like art events and we do events in general. And
Just me.
And it's best if we can have like more supplies to make our art look better.
Yes, to more supplies. Let's.
I think the little
I mean,
boys
their
go
art
too,
already
too.
looks amazing. It's just you need that support and those amazing supplies to be able to feature.
Kristen.
Oh, so sweet. There's more.
This little boy.
Well, we want to make more like art and be able to do more. We want to have more like vulnerability. Not vulnerability. We want to have more like stuff to actually do more art because the stuff that we have now we all did last year. we did all the stuff we have now. We did all that stuff last year already. For the new incoming year of school, we want to be able to do more stuff, learn more stuff, have a plant, have a garden, and like be able to actually explore more than just what we did last year.
Wow.
What was the thing?
It's a big
Oh,
if you guys were in kind enough to like provide your money for us, for those who like really feel passionate about art, it would just open up so many more doors and creativity for them.
okay.
Oh. It's a really great way to express ourselves, but without like the proper materials to do it, we can't really express ourselves that way.
Oh,
What was that?
thank you. Thank you,
Isn't that
Piper.
sweet?
Yeah, that's
Because I
right.
know
Piper,
you. Oh
you're a
no, then they
champion.
said bye. Sorry. I know you wanted them on the show, but you know it's hard to get parents to sign off. It's not
Sure.
like in the olden days, you know, all the
Yeah.
parents aren't so, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
what I want to do, Piper, because we got to move forward.
Please, sorry.
most-
Thank you, guys.
Oh, no, thank you. So
Thank you,
we,
Piper.
we are going to acknowledge some of our other educators in a moment. But please, if you haven't donated yet, please donate, even if it's a little bit. And I'm going to turn it over to Kristen, who's got a special song planned.
Well, when I knew we were doing this special fundraiser for Piper and her kids, I knew exactly what song I needed to play because I called the song Om Shanti : Piper's theme song. Piper listens to the song all the time and she says this is her song. So
Wait, you forgot to tell them this is played in my classroom every day for meditation.
Oh, right.
This is
It's
how we
played
open the class.
every day in her classroom for meditation. Thank you. So to tune in even more, we are going to share Om Shanti and let's just be feeling and sending our prayers, our thoughts, our blessings, our manifestation capacities, our vision for all the beauty that is going to abound in this art garden. As we're listening to Om Shanti, just send all of these visions into the field to activate and enliven this magical, incredibly powerful space that Piper has birthed. Here we go. Do you hear singing? Singing Om Shanti. Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Piper. Together.
Love you so much. That's the beautiful song ever written.
And while Kristen was blessing us with that music, we're now at $1,300 that you've all raised, plus Lori just sent another 600.
Lori, everyone, thank you so much. What an incredible, incredible, incredible blessing.
Yay.
Wow. I can't even wait. Piper, you're going to have to film a little video of the kids hearing this news.
I told them, sorry, oh my God, the camera's. I told them that Kristen, I said, Kristen, Om Shanti, Kristen is going to sing the music, sing that song for your film. They were like, what? And I'm like, you're going to meet her. I mean, because you're a superstar in my room, because you know, it's my favorite song in the world. So I only have your CD in my class. I mean, I didn't even know Kristen, and it was my favorite song ever written. I would play it around the clock. I made a movie on it and didn't even know her, and then got on Scott's show, and I remember, and I said, I stole your song and didn't pay for the rights. I saw it. I was just.
It's yours, Piper.
This was so many years ago. To me, this song. But Kristen, yeah, we're gonna have to make that happen because, you know, that's like the meeting Michael Jackson. I mean, or my generation. What is their
I will
meeting
come
now? Whatever,
in
something
person.
really big.
We will have an Om Shanti live sometime. We'll have to figure that out, but we'll do an Om Shanti live.
Yeah, we'll zoom you into the
Maybe.
room.
Oh, we can do that for sure. For sure. We'll figure it all out. It's gonna happen. It's already it's already.
So I want to just thank
I
everybody
love you,
who's
Laura.
donated. Thank you.
I
Thank
love you
you.
all.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Absolutely. And it'll be wonderful. All the art supplies and garden supplies you're going to be able to get now, Piper.
And if anyone is in the Bay Area, it would be so awesome to like, just to come and be a part, even if it's a day, just
Go there sometime.
to dig in the earth or paint or, just, it would be so beautiful, so beautiful, so beautiful. I want to do some
I also want to
political
just say,
activism with this.
Eleanor Joy said the tears are a precious part of the show. Keep them flowing, Piper. So just
Eleanor
they're
Joy,
the
that's
beauty.
my
They're all
heart.
the beauty.
Where's my Eleanor Joy? I love her so much. Oh, she's there. I haven't seen her. I don't know. I haven't done the full. Oh, I love her.
There she is.
Hi, Eleanor Joy. I miss you. I know Scott has a big show.
Love you, Piper.
I love you, Eleanor Joy. Love you. Hi, sweetheart.
So I am going to come in because I wanted to take a moment, Piper, to acknowledge some of the other educators that are in our audience. So we're going to just take a few moments to acknowledge some of the other educators. And Christy Michaels, I just put the camera on you. And you've got a brand new children's book, right?
Love you,
Yes.
Christy.
Well, color the truth and helping to reveal to children what's been suppressed. And I had to write a book for the mothers and the grandmothers because even they didn't know this truth about the suppressed stories. So, and it's changing the whole narrative. Stop lying to our kids and telling them that they got to find their prince. And if they find their prince, then they're going to find true love because true love is in here. So when I read it to my little 3-year-old, she's sitting on my lap, and I read her the story. And I said, which coloring page do you want to start drawing on? And she goes, true love page, Grandma. And she sat there and drew a little heart as hard as she could, because 3-year-olds just scribble, right? And she tried so hard to stay within the lines to draw the heart in herself, in her little image of the princess mirroring her. True love is in her. So anyway, yeah, I'd love to bring Anasuya out and have her do a painting class with your kids.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, we might be able to arrange that.
Oh, I've asked her, she's going to get that health together and she's coming.
Yeah, because Diana comes to Sacramento every week, and we can arrange get Anasuya, and Diana can take her if somebody can put her up for the night. Yeah,
Great.
She would love that.
Okay. I also want to acknowledge
Is that
Bonnie.
her book, Christy's book?
No, it's not. It's actually it's going to be launched on Scott's show on July 22nd.
Right.
So-
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, thank you, Christy, for all that you do, and looking forward to the show we're going to do together on July 22nd. I also want to acknowledge Bonnie Russell. Bonnie, you're on camera, and we love you so much. And you have a history as an educator as well.
Well, it's been a while since I painted, but I do have a background. I majored in art in college, and I freelanced my art as a wildlife artist for 19 years, ending in 95 when my first husband took a medical retirement. I haven't painted much since then, but I do have knowledge, and I'm willing to help when and where I can.
Beautiful. Well, you're fairly close to her in Sacramento, so maybe sometime, Bonnie.
In Roseville.
Yeah, you're in Roseville, which is close to Sacramento. Yeah. Well, thank you, Bonnie. It's always good to see you, Bonnie. We love you.
Thanks. I love you too.
And I want to go to Diarra because Diarra you spent decades in the school system down in San Diego area, and tell us a little bit about your history as an educator.
Okay, I was scrolling through to see who else. I'm just so touched and so honored. Yeah, Piper, I had flashback after flashback when you were sharing from the work that I did. I spent 12 years in the juvenile court schools and the boys' camps and the girls' rehab. And I brought in a family life education course to the guys out in Campo. There was no career ed or family life education. I was 23 years old teaching these guys, 16, 19 years old about family life education. And I just, I'm so honored. And you also reminded me that I taught the kids vernacular. I would speak these words, and right after I used a word like vernacular, I would say vocabulary, and then I would break it down and say words. And that's just the way I taught. And I said, I want you guys to be able to walk into any boardroom in this country, chairman of the board, whatever, and hold your own and know what they're saying and know what they're talking about and know that you're worth every little bit as everyone's sitting in that circle. And so you just like, this is what you're doing with the kids, is just giving them, just that power, that power. And, and when you spoke about the microaggressions, just so many things, just adding trauma, and our kids are so sensitive, and so teaching them about their sensitivity, and that what they feel is real. And I used to always say, if your insides don't match the outside world, trust your insides. And you said that too. It was so beautiful. Oh, and let me unmute you.
No. You're absolutely, I just want to hear you because you gave voice.
Yeah.
You gave them a voice.
Yeah.
And this is all we can do. That's our dance.
And when you spoke about the No Child Left Behind, I was actually teaching in a one-room school. I had kids that were off the streets, coming out of continuation, coming out of juvenile hall, like just a whole kaleidoscope group of kids. And when that came down, it also came down with all the testing, the standardized testing. In the 80s, education had moved into a place of the socio-emotional. And there was a lot of books coming out, and we had made a lot of movement in character development and bringing heart into the schools. And when No Child Left Behind came, and all that left brain, I mean, the kids were crushed, and I did a lot of work to manage that. But I also started writing about No Teacher Left Behind, because it crushed the teachers' souls too.
Oh, yeah. It's devastating.
Yeah.
And the thing the way that it translates now is it's no longer about standardized testing, which we always knew was institutionalized classism, racism. We knew what it was. Everyone's known what it is. But what it is that there's that little portion of it that says only the parent will allow a child to fail. So what we get is we're feeling like I felt like I have to leave your child behind, or else this is a school to prison pipeline. Let me teach them to read. Let me teach them to, but the teachers, the parents said, no, you will graduate my child, because it's societal. It's an ego thing as well. I don't want my child reflected as dumb. What do you know? It's really a different generation, and a different generation of parent. At least in this particular environment. And I'm thinking, you're fighting us. Now you have a 9th grader that doesn't know an S from a W, and can't read a clock if there's an energy grid and there's no cell phone. It's heartbreaking. Can't read ingredients, a contract. I'm teaching them cursive. I know everyone thinks it's old-fashioned, but I told my kids it's part of art, because if you don't know how to read the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution, we're going to have a problem. And they look at it and they're like, oh, it's so beautiful. My autistic students write cursive better. It's easier for them.
Mhm.
And cursive is so beautiful. I'm, so you get it. You
And
get
that also lends beautifully into automatic writing, teaching them how to do that. Because the next thing I did is I moved into another school system and started bringing in all our holistic perspectives too, and teaching automatic writing. I used to teach the kids how to use their hands when Casey was, having us use our hands to feel energy. I made a note like talk about the energy balls. I would teach them how to scoop up energy balls and literally mold them, and then we would bounce them across the room. And so it would be like, okay, if someone wasn't watching, we would take an energy ball and bounce it over to someone. You could literally see them turn around when it hit their shoulders. So just teaching them breath work and telepathy and all those beautiful things. And at this point, I'll end in a moment. What I would love to offer the spirituality, the spiritual diversity in the schools. I can come in with a PowerPoint on Zoom or in person and help bridge that gap, from what you're doing with the reading, writing, and bring that forward, to teach more of the subtle energies, as we call them. And Scott, I know we've got a couple other people too, and I know Carol Craig's not back in, and she's going to be broken. I would love to, do some more of this with her and actually bring some of my students. I have some adult students that I taught from kindergarten that are now getting ready to graduate, and would love to have another show, and we can have Carol on.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Well, I want to acknowledge all of our people. I'm going to bring Casey up again, and of course Piper, and we heard just a little bit, but from Christy Michaels, and of course my wonderful co-host Kristen. And I want to remind everybody for those of you in the Bay Area, please do go to sunrisecenter.org, and you can learn all about Lori and her amazing teachers, and look at the incredible topics. These are all things that have taken place at Sunrise Center, which is in Corte Madera, just north of San Francisco. And of course, many of you have come into our Zoom room when we've done events at Sunrise Center where we've had films showings. So Lori has things like life and death, near-death experiencers, films, dental work, learning about biohacking peptides, indigenous elders, and of course, compassionate communication. So many different things taking place at Sunrise Center. So
Yes.
hopefully we'll get more of you coming down to Sunrise Center. And Piper, Lori, and I are talking about coming and visiting you in Sacramento and seeing your kids at some point, which would be really, really wonderful.
And if you come from a long distance, you can stay over probably at my house. I have a few guest rooms.
Piper, you're muted, dear. There you go.
Oh, that's okay. I was just saying absolutely yes, and I love you. Sounds like she's in Marin.
Yes, we're in Tiburon. In Tiburon.
Oh, I used to run the arts department and film for the Jewish Community High School of the Bay in Tiburon.
Yeah.
And then they moved to San Francisco. Yeah, I love Tiburon.
Well, thank you, everybody. And I'm going to turn it over to Tiara. We're going to have our prayer time and then a closing song from Homo Shar.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everybody. We're going to absolutely do prayers for the children in the schools. I first want to send out love to those in our Zoom room, on camera and off camera. Many people are experiencing health challenges right now, challenges in the physical, the mental, emotional, and the spiritual arenas. We're in such an incredible upgrade, and as you know, Scott once said, it's difficult as light beings to move through this dense world. And so as we're doing that, as we're parting the waters, parting that energy, just sending love out to those members in our Global Peace Tribe. Scotty, Trisha, Eleanor Joy. Just fill in the blank with your own name and the names of those you love. And I'm going to move now into a prayer for our beloved children, calling in the magic of Kristen's anthem for children. This is your planet. This is your home. We are your guardians. We are your defenders. We are your protectors. We are your light. We see you. We see your soul. We hold you while you learn to soar. We pick you up when you fall down. We prop you up when you feel you cannot stand. We love you. We hear you. We see you. We're sending this out throughout all the schools, all the buildings, sending this love deep into the ground so it moves through the entire planet. So the schools, the energy comes in through the floorboards. Those classrooms get filled with love and light. And we know this works. We know this works. And while we're doing that, we're calling in more angels, more guardians of the children. We're asking those children yet to be born to send their love and light down, paving that way. I'm seeing a golden, sparkly diamond path being paved for the children coming in. And we bless all the parents who are still struggling with their own inner child, their own navigation as a parent in this linear world when they're not linear beings either. Bless the parents, bless the teachers, bless all the administrators. And I always say, do you add to your ministry? We bless you. We bless you for doing this hard work. We bless all the custodians in the schools, the nurses, the counselors, all the clerical workers, the gardeners. We bless the entire educational system, the public schools, the charter schools, the home schools. We bless you. We see you. All those who are unschooled, who don't have access to any education, we know you're there. We see you. We feel you. And we love you. We defend you. And so it is.
Let's go to gallery view. Thank you, Diara. Let's go to gallery view and just have a minute or two of silence for everyone to put into the field. Prayers for yourself, or prayers for the world, or prayers for those you know that might be going through a tough time. Maximum grace for all beings. Maximum grace for all those in a Zoom room and watching the show, whether it's watching the recording or in the Zoom room or on Facebook or YouTube. Maximum grace for all the children. And maximum grace for our educators, for our teachers, for those that we've learned from. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to go to Amushar in a moment, but I always like to let people know what we've got coming up. And we've got some really fun shows happening that are going to be taking place. So let me tell you about those. On this Saturday night, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to have fewer presenters, and we're going to be focusing on the science of creating miracles. We're very blessed to have an extraordinary man, Dr. Larry Farwell, who teaches this all around the world. And so I know it's the 4th of July, but the fireworks will be after our show, or before, if any of you are on the East Coast, like Kristen is. Come join us. Learn how to create miracles in your life. And we also have some wonderful manifestors. My co-host for the show is Victoria Shaw. You've seen her on the show a few times. And Dr. Kat Lewis and Scarlett are both going to be with us. And of course, our beloved Omar Shah will be providing musical offerings. So that's coming up this Saturday night. It's going to be a very special show. And then also want to let you know that a week from tonight, Reverend Jeffrey does it again. He's put together a fun show celebrating the wisdom and the music inspired by Ernest Holmes. And he's got a whole group of amazing people. I know Omar Shah has been working with them. They're going to be providing music and song and wisdom. And that's going to be a week from tonight. So those are the next two shows that we've got coming up. And I want to thank Kristen one more time. I'm going to put the spotlight on her. Kristen, it's always such a joy to have you with us.
It's such an honor to be here. And I was just writing back to Diara saying, I loved your prayer. You didn't get too fierce. It was perfection. So thank you, beloved one. And Scott, let's get Scott up here with us. Scott, love you. It's such an honor always to steer the ship along with you, and I'm just so grateful that you hold this potent, powerful, beautiful space for everyone twice a week for so many years now. Thank you for you. I know you've had quite a past week, and so for you to show up with so much love and capacity and care, it just, there's very few humans like you, Scott, and I'm just grateful to know you and love you.
I adore you. You know that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to bring up Piper and Keishi and Yara one last time. Thank you, all of you, for your beautiful contributions tonight. So sorry that Carol Craig wasn't able to stay on. We were going to honor her, but we'll do that another time. And we're going to close with the Alpha and Omega man. He's doing the Omega tonight, our beloved house musical artist, the imitable, the unbelievable, our Omashar Omashar.
Omashar. We love you.
We do. Thank you. Just when you think that all is lost and the curtain loves to fall, perhaps it's just the song of hope that calls, and you trust it like they exposed. No need to sit around and mope. Where there is love, there's always hope. Trust in your life and you will see that you reflect as me. Another day is here for you to live, and I'll walk it through with you. There is no doubt your heart is pure and true. So I came to remind you. No need to sit around and mope. Where there is love, there's always hope. Trust in your life and you will see that you reflect as me.
I had to go to gallery view because everybody was dancing and moving. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Omashar. Thank you, everyone who donated to Piper today. Um, and some are big gifts like Lori's 600. And one person donated $8, and I think that's awesome because just taking the time to donate even a little bit makes a difference. So thank you, everybody. And please share this with others. Maybe share the recording with people. Certainly share the GoFundMe. Let's continue to raise money so that Piper can help these kids grow a garden and continue to do the great work that she's doing. And a reminder, she's volunteering her time. Every day she's going to this, it's not even a school, this facility, this space where she's supporting these kids to be off the streets, to not be, getting involved in all the funky gang stuff, but instead making art. So thank you for supporting Piper, and thank you, Piper, for being such a great inspiration to us. Much love to each and every one of you. What a wonderful way to start our new summer season. And let's all come back together on Saturday night and learn the science of creating miracles because we all want to continue to create miracles in our life. Take care, everybody. Thank you, Omashar, who makes all things happen, and beloved Kristen, Keishi. Good night, everybody.